Hey everyone, hope you're having a lovely weekend. I'm just here with your update for strength and conditioning for next week. First thing to flag is that, first thing to remind you is that next Friday there is going to be slightly reduced hours because Keena and Debbie are getting married that day. So if you are interested in training, make sure you get booked into the early morning classes and we will see you then. Then second thing is that we are at our halfway point at this point. So we are 8 weeks into our 16-week cycle, which means a few things will be finishing up, and then we'll also be seeing some new movements and some new strength pieces coming into the mix. So on Monday, for instance, it's going to be our final snatch session. So we are going to be building up to a heavy single, and we're going to do that in the same format that we did with the clean. So it's going to be an EMOM style, where you're going to be completing sets of 3 to start, then sets of 2s, and then finishing with 3 heavy singles at the end. Like with the like with the clean, the EMOM is quite fast and furious. So make sure that you have your plates ready to go before this strength part starts. Then we've got a repeat partner workout to follow that. So alternating between bikes and the bike and snatching, and you can divide that any way you like between you and your partner, and it's going to be a nice opportunity to practice barbell cycling. We'll have a ladder going down in rep range, and then you've got to climb all the way back up. On Tuesday, then we've got our gymnastics day. It's going to be slightly different to the last few sessions that we've had on this. Still working on our toes to bar, but there's going to be 3 different options depending on your level, and we'll be bringing in either pull-ups, chest to bars, and muscle-ups depending on where you're at. You can of course pick pick and mix from the options that are on the board as well, to make a complex that suits your needs, and you can just chat to a coach about that on the day. Following that, we're going to have a 13-minute AMRAP. It's going to be quite taxing on the core. Going to be using it in all of our movements. So we'll have a row, V-ups, and toes to bar. So just make sure you're prepared for that. Also, just to flag as well on that strength portion of the session, make sure you have your grips with you if you're used to using them. It is quite hard on the hands, so just bear that in mind. Wednesday, then, we are going to be box squatting. So this is going to be our second session doing this. As with all of our intensity days, we're going to be building to 2 heavy triples to finish, and make sure that you do use the same box that you did the first time when you did this session. Hopefully you will have recorded that in your notes, so have a quick look back beforehand and make sure that you use that again. After that, we've got a spicy workout that's going to be quite tough on the legs, I would say. You've got 2 rounds for max reps, and your reps are only unbroken wall balls. So we're going to have 1 minute to complete a 100-meter run, and then max unbroken wall balls. Rest a minute, then you'll have 2 minutes to complete a 200-meter run, max unbroken wall balls in the remaining time again. Rest 1 minute, and then you'll have 3 minutes to complete a 400-meter run and max unbroken wall balls in the remaining time, with a 1 minute rest after that. Then we will repeat that again for a second round, again trying to get as many unbroken wall ball reps as possible. So what I will say is come into this with a little bit of plan. Maybe you won't go straight onto the wall balls when you come in for your run. Catch your breath, compose yourself, and then set yourself a target that you can hit on each round. Thursday, then, it's going to be our final time looking at the strict press and the push press this cycle. So we're going to give you 16 minutes to build to a heavy triple on each of those movements. So you can take whatever amount of time you want on each of those movements, but you'll just hit a heavy 3 on your strict press and then follow that with a heavy 3 on your push press. You can do as many reps of 3 as you like to build up to that heavy triple. After that, it's going to be an 18-minute EMOM. In the first minute, it'll be 9 pull-ups with a max cal bike afterwards, 3 wall walks in the second minute with max cal bike after that, and then it'll be a minute rest in that third section. So you'll have 5 total rounds of that, and your score is going to be total calories. Friday, then, we've got our final good morning session. We'll be moving on to conventional deadlift after that. Again, 5 sets of 8 to 10 reps, keeping it nice and light, just working on those hamstrings. And we're going to finish with a nice chipper of rowing, a dumbbell movement, either hang clean and jerk, hang snatch, or devil's press, and then some lovely burpees over the rower to finish. Hope you have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.